I read the short story this morning, and the film has a lot of surprises and some interesting tweaks. But I really like that the emotional climax of the film actually has lines of dialogues directly from that short story. What did you like most about the transition from short story to a film? And you see Boyce really get fleshed out a lot more.
I think we were just we had high hopes for this. Had high hopes for this, like turning into like a whole world, a whole universe, and kind of building off this first film and extending it into a possible trilogy. So I think that's it with the additions and the kind of additions to the character, additions to the storyline, just leaving us a lot of ways to go in the future, leaving it very open ended. I think that was it. But you're right. I think at the end of the day, we wanted to stay true to the short story and really keep it all kind of about the relationships and stay in this kind of fantasy world and be true to who that was and who, what George R.R. Martin wanted this to be. And I've just been told that George R.R. Martin was extremely happy with the film. So it's like, that's really great to hear because it's like the pressure's on because he's been so successful and there's such a high standard to live up to. But yeah, we want to stay true to the roots of the story, but also, start world building and make it bigger and have places to go. So hopefully we'll have the opportunity to do that in the future. But I guess we'll find out after like opening weekend or after the film's been seen by a lot of people. Hopefully we can win a fan base and build on this world.
Yeah, you can't get a better co-sign than George R.R. Martin, and if he
Right.
doesn't like something, he'll tell you too. So
Yeah, I've heard.
it's really interesting seeing you work with Mila because I feel like both you and her early on in your careers, you were kind of seen as an outsider. People were like, "Oh, it's a model trying to act for her," and
Right.
you a wrestler. But you've both, have really moved past that, and it's so clear that you both have such a clear care for your craft. So how is it working with her and someone that's also overcomes like that stigma that she had?
It's weird because you're giving me a whole new perspective because I actually never thought about that. But so I didn't meet Mila. I met Paul well before we started filming. I think even before I got the script. And so I had many conversations with Paul before we ever got to set. I didn't meet Mila until we actually started working together. And once I told her I wanted to get out of the way, told her I was a fan, kind of get past that. So then we just, we're peers and we're coworkers. But she was so just receptive of that. She didn't make me feel like a fanboy. She made me feel like her peer and her co-star, and it was just she made me comfortable. I didn't have to feel self-conscious, and maybe it was because that she and maybe it's a subconscious thing where she gets it. She know where what I had been through and what I was kind of what I was trying to achieve for myself. But I'd never actually thought about it until you put it in that perspective, and it kind of makes sense. Or maybe she's just a wonderful human being. She, really just found it, that I was also a good human being and just someone she could work with. But there was just like a natural chemistry there. And maybe I believe in the subconscious, and maybe it's that because we had been kind of, come from that place of people, having the wrong perception of us and who we wanted to be, who we were aspiring to be.